Today marks 1 year that American pastor Saeed Abedini has been held in an Iranian prison. He is serving an 8-year sentence because of his Christian faith. It has been a year of torment as he has suffered beatings, physical pain from untreated medical conditions, and separation from his wife and 2 children. The suffering has not dampened his passion for Jesus. Pastor Abedini has led more than 30 prisoners to Christ during his time in prison. Today, thousands of Americans from coast to coast will pray for his release. Events will be held in 40 states at capitals, city halls, parks, and churches. Thousands more will join from 15 nations around the world.
The American Center for Law and Justice has led the fight to free Pastor Saeed. The ACLJ's Jordan Seculo is with us now. He joins us from Washington. Jordan, you'll be hosting a prayer vigil at the White House today. What kind of response are you hoping for, not only from the Iranian regime, but also from the White House itself?
Well, it's interesting, Ephraim, and thanks for your continuing coverage of Saeed Abedini's imprisonment and the efforts to save Saeed. We are expecting today a couple of things. One, members of Congress, we believe, that will be attending. I know one who is confirmed, the congressman who represents the Abedinis in Ohio, Congressman Raul Labrador, and others, schedule permitting. The United States International Religious Freedom Commission sending representatives. But most interesting was an email I got a couple of days ago, because I've been on the broadcast talking about our need for the State Department to engage better on this issue. Last week, we had a top U.S. ambassador to the United Nations, Samantha Power, tweet for Saeed. Today, Secretary Kerry, on this 1-year anniversary, as we mark 365 days, 52 weeks that Saeed has been imprisoned, we have an Assistant Deputy Secretary of State coming to the vigil in Washington, D.C. to represent the State Department. So that's why we asked those people out there to sign those letters and join those petitions to get our government active, which finally, I think just by them showing up at a vigil in front of the White House for Saeed sends a clear message that our government is standing behind Saeed, though President Obama has yet to speak out directly about Saeed.
Well, we know that Naghmeh's wife recently had an encounter with the Iranian president, and she personally lobbied for his release. What can you tell us about that?
It was interesting. You know, our travel agent, the ACLJ, was booking flights for our legal team that would be accompanying Naghmeh and for Naghmeh and looking for hotel rooms. It was a kind of short notice decision. It was Naghmeh's idea. And we had all told her, interestingly, on a conference call, kind of a personal story here, that our team was like, you know, don't get expectations high. It's the UN General Assembly. We are an NGO, but that doesn't give us access to every presidential world leader. So this is an unlikely event. And then, of course, she happens, the only hotel close to the UN that our travel agent can find happens to be, literally, they find out later, and when they get there, the same hotel the Iranian delegation, including the president, is staying in. A large group, literally hours after she's there, the morning she's there, a large Iranian delegation walking through what appears to be the president right in the middle. And Naghmeh goes right up and delivers the letter. And then an hour later is able to deliver Saeed's letter to another Iranian delegation member. And I want to encourage people. Reverend Graham has also written a letter. Billy Graham has written a letter that will appear in the New York Times today. And over 110,000 Americans have done it on our website. We launched for Saeed a new website, BeHeardProject.com. And Ephraim, the original goal was 104,000, which was 2,000 for each of the 52 weeks that Saeed has been in jail.
Amazing. Real quickly, what can you tell us about Pastor Abedini's condition right now?
You know, it's up in the air every day. Finally, because of international pressure, he got medically examined. He has still not gotten treatment, though the doctors have confirmed the internal bleeding we've discussed here on CBN News because of the initial beatings he faced and the severe torture, physical torture he faced early on in his imprisonment. He was also, over the summer, you know, in solitary confinement in 20 days, and we're talking about 2-by-2 cells.
Indeed.
So he's still not been medically treated. He's been examined, and he has gotten some pain medication, but he is not fully treated. So we still fight for that.
We fight and pray indeed. Jordan Seculo, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ephraim.